Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather week ahead here on ArkLaTexHomepage.com, and got a lot to talk about here as far as our weather. A couple things to tell you about. First of all, drought monitor. Let's go back to it, and you can see that we continue to improve the drought conditions across the ArkLaTex. This is a feature that comes out every Thursday, and you can see at one point we had severe and extreme drought. Now we're down to the slight drought and moderate drought right along the Arkansas-Louisiana border and into parts of northeast Texas, and probably will not see much improvement here in the next week as rainfall is looking rather limited for most of the week, although we are looking at some rain, as we'll discuss here in a second. Here's the reason why we have improved. You can see in the last 30 days rainfall totals in some locations more than double what we typically see during the month of September. So we have seen a fair amount of rainfall here during the month of September, which is typically one of our driest months. And looking at what we have right now, the reason for the dry weather that we've had the last couple of days, big upper level ridge of high pressure that extends from about Atlanta back down into South Texas. It's gradually going to migrate more towards the north and east and become anchored over the eastern seaboard. That's going to allow that chance of rain to return to our forecast as we look ahead to the weekend. Here's a look at Robin's Targeted Futurecast. You can see that as we go through the nighttime hours tonight, we will see conditions across the ArkLaTex that will remain partly cloudy. Tomorrow, expect that mix of clouds and sunshine. Nothing really too much as far as rainfall across the region for your Friday. Once again, as we stay relatively dry, expect a partly cloudy sky tomorrow night. And then Saturday, that ridge will be far enough away that we will see a chance for a scattered shower thunderstorm, especially across northwest Louisiana and East Texas. You can see Futurecast showing most of the activity developing late in the day Saturday and is confined basically to the areas south of Interstate 20. Then as we go through Saturday night, that rain ends, and going through Sunday, a little bit more widespread shower and thunderstorm activity a possibility, and also will include the northern sections of the region. That activity likely will come to an end as we go through Sunday night, and then heading into Monday, once again a few scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible. Now, we're not looking at widespread all-day rain. Just keep in mind that we will see the hit-or-miss stuff, which will begin to increase. And here's that ridge moving off over towards the eastern seaboard. And you can see the big trough there, which is going to dig into the Four Corners. That is going to push a cold front through the ArkLaTex as we look ahead to Wednesday, and that front could be rather important, as we'll discuss here in a second. And we'll see a bit of a lag between when the cooler air behind this front gets here, at least cool by what we're all looking forward to, compared to when the front moves through. May have to wait until the end of next weekend to see temperatures drop below normal across most of the ArkLaTex, as we'll have to wait until this little system right here, extending from Billings down to Las Vegas, gradually works its way towards the south and east. Now, I mentioned that front, and it's going to be very important because there is a disturbance now in the Caribbean that is forecast by some models to make it into the Gulf of Mexico as we work our way into the first of next week. And it's possible we could see this form into a depression. You can see there is a medium chance of that happening according to the National Hurricane Center. And that front probably would prevent it from being much of a factor in the weather here in the ArkLaTex, as some models do indicate, again, a depression that could make landfall, if not a tropical storm, along the north central Gulf Coast, probably a little bit to the east of New Orleans next week. So we'll be watching that very, very closely, and of course we got to make sure that front gets here to kind of protect us. Meantime, rainfall potential, we are looking at the heaviest totals, again, because you'll see more rain Saturday, good solid inch and a half possible across the southern sections of the area. You can see northern sections of the region where that front comes through. We are looking at, I would suspect, actually most of the area, 1 to 2 inches we might expect to see here during the course of the next week. Zoom this out, you can see the much heavier totals here, still expected from southeastern Kansas back down into the northwestern sections of Texas. So even though we're going to get a decent amount of rainfall here in the ArkLaTex, it doesn't look nearly as heavy as what they're expecting to our north and west. All that said, look at temperatures tonight, looking at lows in the low 70s across the ArkLaTex. Again, we should be in the upper 50s. Tomorrow, instead of low 80s, we're looking at highs in the upper 80s across most of the region with that mix of clouds and sunshine. So your forecast, looking ahead to the next 7 days for Shreveport, expect temperatures to remain in the mid to upper 80s for the weekend. Best chance of rain Sunday, and then again Wednesday as that front moves through. We'll see, you can see the beginnings of a little bit of a cool down. 69 Wednesday night, 81 for the daytime high Thursday. In Texarkana, you'll see temperatures temperatures also moderate heading into next week with the highs in the mid to upper 80s, lows in the 70s, but falling into the mid 60s by Thursday morning. You can see daytime high next Thursday in Texarkana right around 79. So it looks as though the above normal temperatures will continue for the week ahead. Chance of rain will begin as soon as Saturday. Pretty good shot for Sunday, and our best chance likely holds off when the cold front finally gets here as we look ahead to next Wednesday.